A lot of companies are starting to take notice of the Steam Deck, and I wouldn't blame them. It's the hottest new gadget this year. One such company, Narvitech, actually sent us a capture card for review with the Steam Deck, and other products too. The short answer is yes, it works on your Steam Deck. The long answer is yes, it works on your Steam Deck, and basically any other console out there, and it's pretty easy to use too. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and join my Discord server in the description below. So this is a Narvitech NJ300. It's a capture card with 4K 60 FPS pass-through, but ultimately only records at 1080p 60 FPS. So recording footage at 4K isn't really something that's happening. Honestly, the unboxing experience is kinda standard. It's just a box with some tape on it. Nothing special really, but it really doesn't have to be special. The tape can be kind of difficult to get off if you're, say, opening with your bare hands. Always bring a knife. So anyways, here comes the product. It's coming out real soon. Oh yeah, look at that. The capture card right there, and 3 different wires, and what looks like a product key. Let's ignore that product key. So this is the instruction manual. It tells you how to basically use it. We're not going to need it because it's pretty easy to use, honestly. Also included is a USB 3 to Type-C cable. Big plus for a company using Type-C, thank God. They also include 3.5mm to 3.5mm for audio purposes, and an HDMI cable. But now we get to the star of the show, the main capture card itself. You'd be surprised how long it took me to unbox this thing. It took me like half a minute to figure out how to do this, but I did do it. And there she is, in all her glory, the capture card. It's pretty light, and if you're unfamiliar with capture cards are pretty light overall. It's got a bevy of ports, not all of which is required, but can be useful depending on how you're streaming and what you're streaming. So those 2 3.5mm headphone jack ports towards the bottom are for party chats with consoles. For example, let's say you're using a PS4. You plug your PS4 into the capture card, and then you plug whatever headset you want into the capture card itself. Basically, this also allows you to record your teammates' party chat as well. It's a nice little feature in case you're the type of person to do this and, you know, not set up an OBS setting with Discord. Now let's talk about setting this up with OBS. Add video capture device and name it whatever you want. I'm gonna name it Narvitech Capture Card. And if all goes well, then yeah, it should just pop up like that. And yes, this is me recording a Linux desktop. You'll see why this is important later. You'll also want to add an audio device as well. So go to Audio Input Capture, name it something like, I don't know, Narvitech Audio, and then select your device. You'll want to select the Narvitech device, whatever it shows up as. In this case, it shows up as Digital Audio Interface. And there you go, OBS should be recording the audio and video from your Narvitech capture card. It's really that easy. And yes, to answer everyone's favorite question, yes, you can in fact record your Steam Deck gameplay. Do keep in mind that when you're using gamepad mode though, your resolution will be restricted to 1280 by 800, upscaled of course. So in gamepad mode, you'll always see these letterboxes. And it's not just this capture card, it's if you use any capture card, period. So we've established that it works in both desktop mode as well as gamepad mode. But another question is, can you use this capture card with the Steam Deck as the main recording PC? In theory, you should. Of course, I didn't think it was a major use case for the Steam Deck until after we recorded all of the footage. But it's very much worth mentioning that this device works with Linux hosts, like this laptop right here that's running Linux, OBS on Linux no less. Heck, you don't even need to install anything to get this working. No drivers, nothing, just OBS. Setup is similar to how it's set up on Windows, except you'll want to set your device to custom for the audio device. And it certainly doesn't feel like there's any latency whatsoever. I'm just recording what the setup looks like. It's switch to capture card to PC and then to a TV or something like that. I think it's time to talk about the elephant in the room, the price as well as the competition. It's $99. And you might think that's a lot for a product that's not one of the big names in capture cards, like Elgato, until you realize just how expensive Elgato capture cards really are. This is an Elgato HD60S Plus. This is the capture card most people buy, as you can tell by the fact that it's #1 seller on Amazon. Here's the thing though, it's double the price. Double the price for a very similar feature set, a 4K 60 pass-through that records at 1080p 60 FPS. I can totally recommend this Narvitech capture card with confidence. Will it work with your Steam Deck? Absolutely. Of course, you can always just record the Steam Deck with any old capture card, but this one will do nicely. It just works out of the box on Windows and Linux as well.
Who could have known that this was but a prelude to an uprising that would engulf all of Lorz?